Greetings viewers, and thanks for joining me out in the garage today. Got the T100 at my back, bed full of parts here. A couple of them are rear shocks. I'm going to go over what I got coming up for this. You've already seen the sneak peek. I'm going to go over a little bit more and show you what parts I got and what's coming up on it. Alright, it's Rock Auto to the rescue as usual. I got a rear pinion seal here. I'll show you that when it's time to put it in. For brakes in the front, I went with Power Stop. They're my favorite. They're a good trusted brand. They're really good, reasonable price. I just went with basic rotors, went with the medium pads that come with the hardware. Rock Auto has the best price on their stuff. I got a bad tie rod end. I'm going to show you how to replace that. I just went ahead and bought a new adjusting sleeve because I don't want to mess with the rusted up old one. Shocks. These are black brand front shocks, 348 a piece. These are gray brand rear shocks, 348 a piece. Dealer closeouts, 30-day warranty. Just take them out of the box and test them when you get them. Make sure they're working. That's my only advice for that. But 20 bucks for 4 shocks, that's pretty freaking awesome. These are the Track Motive CVs. Now they do have the extended travel boots, but they don't have the slidey shaft on them. It's not available for the T100, but at $55 a piece, their lifetime warranty, and they have the long travel boot, which I don't think I'm going to need on this truck, but it comes with it, their lifetime warranty. Anyway, enough about that. I'm really happy. Same stuff for the other side. I love testing the cheap products, and generally, I'm pretty happy. Even though they don't last as long as the more expensive part, perhaps you get a lot more use than the price difference, if that makes sense. Now, this is the shifter rebuild kit. If you were watching on the 84 when I said I did the shifter rebuild for it, this is what I did. I put this little plastic nub on the bottom of the shifter. Goes down in the mechanics of the transmission. This is the little beveled part the shifter swivel sets in for the 5-speed shifter. I put one in that. I bought a spare. This truck come along, needed one. I put it in. I bought a spare. I hate a sloppy shifter, so this goes in the drawer. And then I always have one on hand. Again, these were the most expensive tire I could find. It's a Goodyear Wrangler in the stock size, to 29-inch tall tire, 235/75, I think. I'm going to go with that on this truck because it's not going to be too crazy off-road. I always say that, but you never know how it's really going to turn out. So anyway, that's the list of parts. I've got the EGR delete. I don't have my header yet. I might make my own exhaust dumps. I don't know, but I went ahead and got an EGR delete kit. Get the cheap things, throw them on the shelf, and then when you get the more expensive things, you're ready to do your job. So I'm going to break this up into a few different videos, but I'm going to get started just on the brakes. This one will just be putting that front brake together. You do have to take this entire hub off and repack your bearings. Take these studs out that hold your drum to the hub or your rotor to the hub. So it's a little bit involved. I'll get everything set up, get the right tools out for that. I already tore some stuff apart. And yeah, we'll put some brakes on today. Okay, now one of the first things I'm going to do is take the pads loose, pop this wire off the back here that is holding this one goes underneath the little plastic or the little metal clippy here, but I think I might try to drive those pins out first. They are You're going to want to polish those pins up because you don't want them fighting you again in the future. These brakes have not been changed in a long time. They are worn clear down to nothing. Comes with new silencers, which is what that thingy there is. All right, now I'm going to beat this down in here. So I don't care about either the pad nor the rotor at this point, because I'm replacing them both. So I don't have a bad caliper. Oh, no. But it happened. Okay, that's what I get for doing that. I can't believe I runked that. I'm gonna go file it down and use it some more. Now that was my second favorite giant screwdriver pry tool. I guess I'm glad I didn't use my first favorite. Boy, that does not want to give up at all. I'm gonna have to use a clamp on that. Let me get these calipers off of here real quick. You can see that front tie rod, or that outer tie rod's bad. You gotta bend these little tabs back that keep that lock nut. Lost a couple videos lately. I keep checking, make sure I'm actually on there. So yeah, I don't have the socket that fits these. You can usually get them with the pair of channel locks, because this is a lock nut. And it tightens down against this locking ring in the middle, which also fits against the back one. You fold it over against the back one as well. See where it's bent there? We'll flatten that out, or it might fit just in the perfect spot. That one you bring down by tension without the brake, spinning it using your fish gauge or your tension gauge that I don't have. This one here also, just get in there with this. If you can't get them loose, you can take your hammer and chisel and beat on them, but if they're done right, with a socket preferably, but if they're done right, even with pliers, neither one of them should be tight. If they're super tight, then that's the way shit goes. Got rusty or something. Shouldn't be any rust going on. Now you take those off so you're ready to pull all this off, because this brake is attached via a hard line, and it's a real pain in the keister to take all of that off. So what I would do, if it were me, is put this jack under here, right where you about want your caliper, and just slide it just enough so you can get this off. See, gotta set it. Come on, baby. Don't lose your front washer on the ground, and your front bearing could fall out, but if you haven't bought new seals, you don't want to drop those. Now I'm going to have to do the C-clamp thing in here. That's why I want something that holds my brake in such a way that I'm not tweaking my line too much. Looks like that grease seal's been leaking. All right, let's go over to the bench and see if we can't get this caliper to come loose. It's a going. There we go. All right, I got that one. All right, now the next thing, with our rotor and stuff off, turn it over. And there are 14s. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 of them back there. So take those out. Now that caliper, we just got done compressing the pistons on using excessive force. Once they went, they went. So I don't see why they won't come back. If they don't, then calipers down the line. Let's hope I put them back on and they keep working. Now, I'm gonna have to smack her on this some, and I don't want to ruin my bearing or get it dirty. Let's hope it gives up easy. You want to hit it at an angle so you're not smashing your wheel seal. Using my favorite screwdriver, chisel, pry bar here to separate this, because I don't want to beat the back of that thing any more than I had to. And it's going this way, so save your seal. And yeah, I'll just get a bigger pry tool and keep going through it the front like this. Then you drop your new one on. Try to line your bolt hose up best you can. You can start the bolts and use them to pull that down on there securely. Of course, you wanted to clean all the rust off that hub and stuff so that this one will slide right down on there like it should. Putting the bolts in. Now I'm not going to repack my bearings. They look really good. There's a lot of grease in there. It's nice and clean. That's not recommended, but that's what I'm going to do here. And you make your own choices. I'm just showing you the process. I'm going to go ahead and start bringing this thing down. Side to side. There, it just dropped down. So that's why you hold on to that. All right, so that's 6 of those. Drop that. Get all the dirt and dust out of that seal because you're going to use it again. Before you put it in, you're going to want to clean the rotor surface with some brake clean because it's got oil on it from the factory. You can do the front side after it's on and you're done touching it, but just spray the back side and wipe it. Spray it again. Isn't probably super necessary, but it does get some of the packing and shipping oil off of it. All right, could you see any of that? Maybe some of it. In fact, sorry, I'm out of the picture there. I get that way. Let's put the back up here. Get a little closer. Let's get close. Okay, and don't forget your giant washer next. I'll clean that off. Got a little dirt on it. There's a groove in the top and a groove in the washer. Can you see that? That goes on there like that. Then your nut. First nut. Wipe all the crap off that. There's some floor dry down here. I may or may not have gotten in. Let's see, that one goes this way. Now there is a specific torque setting where you pull on this while the brake is off and use your, I say fish scale. That's what I always used when I was newer at it and thought it was super crucial and necessary, and all of the important people will tell you it probably is. But I do things the way I do them and they work. I'm not really here to talk about that. You guys know if you watch my show what goes on here. Now don't go by your loose tie rod here, but you want to make sure you got nothing in there and tighten it a little bit too tight just to make sure it's all in there like it should be. That rolls nice. Now there'll be a certain amount of resistance you're supposed to have when you pull on the stud, or the wheel stud with your scale. That is how you would measure that if you were to measure that. Now I'm putting this back on. It is almost perfect, lined up with where it was. Just a hair tight, so I'm gonna go just a hair. I got no play. There's a pin on this too that lines it up, same with that hole on the top there. Yeah, see? I am in there like swimwear. Perfect. All right, now you take your second nut, this one here, and you'd wipe the dirt off it if you felt like it was dirty, and you roll it up there nice. Can you see what I'm doing here? You roll it up. Such a sucky filmer. Yeah, there you go. Well, that should have been better the whole time, probably. So you bring that down up against that washer, and it will stop when it gets there. Then you take your tab that was bent over before, and you bend it back, and you smack it in there tight. All right, and that's your hub. Now your brake is done except for your new rotor and pads, so let's do that next. Go ahead now and you can spray this outside with your brake clean and get the grease off of it that you got on it. Okay, grab that caliper. We're ready to bolt that caliper back on now. We got this going like it should be. Pliers, organization, I forgot that. Where the hell did my pliers go? Well, I'll use these. And my tin. Now, I will lose some more fluid. Better check that. You never want it to run out. Oh yeah, it's still got plenty. And the other side's going to smush without incident. So we'll believe that to be true. I'm going to bolt this up first and then take that off so that it's actually in place and ready where it goes. Nice and tight. Now we'll get that line in. You want to be real careful you don't get it started crooked. Remember, we kind of fucked around with that line, and now it might not be lined up just perfect, but you still got to line it up perfect to get the thread started and not have any crossed threads. So I hope this caliper works. All right, brake fluid running down my hand, not helping. There we go. You see how it ain't going, what direction it needs to bend in, and then, do that. We'll go ahead and crack this bleeder open. It's already pouring out while I tighten this line down. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Wrap around on this thing to make sure you're sending all the air bubbles over to that bleeder. Right, take these pins over and clean them up. All right. Now, if you're into cars, you already know, and if you're just getting into cars, you certainly need to know, save all your hardware stuff if it's good, because I just went over there to wire wheel those pins, and one of them was bent. So, I dug into my brake parts box and dug out a new one, so that. Now, your pads go. One of them has a squealy thing on it. a double, the other one has a single. This is the outboard pad in my opinion. The one with the double is your inboard pad. Now, can we get past? We can get past those pistons like I knew we could. And then we go outboardy pad, outboardy thing. Hit, line them up, line them up. Pins go in. They may need tapped. Don't fret about that. This one holds your silencer and it goes this way. Again, my opinion, it goes that way. Then slide your pin on through to the other side, line up your little hole. The light went dead. Line up the hole so you can get your pin in. I'll show you what I mean by that when I get there. Slide this down, push your other pin through it. Come on, there we go. Yeah, and then through your pad, and then bring it home. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. You can use this little pin here. You see what I got going on there? Those little holes right there. Those need to be pointing kind of that angle so you can put this thing in. That one I got by turning it. So this piece goes in one, in the other. That needed turned a little more. There we go. Whoop. In one, in the other, and then in the hole. Where's the hole? Oh man, this has got the wrong pins. It didn't give me the right pins. I have to use this old one, which is perfectly fine. It's got the go around under hook on it that I need. So no big deal to reuse that one. And then bring it inside and clip it in like that. The new pins they gave me are the clip on the outside kind, so they give me the wrong ones. So there you go, your new brake. Now, like I say, we'll see how this caliper works. If it doesn't end up working out, replace a caliper time. But that's how you do your brakes. I'll explain all of this outer part of the hub taken apart to get the CV out, and my secret trick for making CV changes on these super easy. It's not really a secret, everybody probably knows by now. But that'll be in another video. Yeah, so right now, new brakes on one side. I'm gonna go do the other side and knock that out real quick, hopefully. And then we can move on to something else. So super thanks for joining me. Hope this didn't go on for too long. Oswald just got his ball dropped down in the wheel. That's one of his favorites, I tell you. So yeah, like my show if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more. There's certainly lots to come on this, and I might do a radiator swap on this for you on video maybe. I don't know yet. So sidetracked again. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. They're free, easy, and painless things that you can do. If you want to spend a buck or two, give me a super thanks. Buy a sticker, something stupid like that, and help support my show. I really appreciate you no matter what you do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us out here. Have a super great day.